Aviation fuel was the focus of attention when the Fuel Forum and the Alternative Fuel Symposium were held in Singapore recently.
The Fuel Forum is a special meeting that we have with the fuel community, the international fuel community, and that's the airlines, that's the jet fuel suppliers, broader industry overall, and we get together to really discuss the common issues we have in terms of jet fuel. And that could include, for example, pricing, when it comes to unfair fees and taxes, for example. So how do we make the overall industry more efficient? How can we ensure, the stable supply of fuel across the world? And how can we improve quality assurance as well? So we look at all these aspects and we try to work out ways in which we can improve all of those aspects as an industry. This year we've been talking about digitalization, so how we can move the fueling industry into a more digitalized environment from procurement to pay. And that can save a lot of time as well and create a lot of efficiency. Also improve accuracy as well in terms of the overall process. This Fuel Forum, this time we have 700 people. So we start off with the plenary. Everyone's together to discuss the big themes. And then we split up into the technical and the commercial sessions. Right now we've just had the commercial sessions here. We've probably had about 400 people in the room. And we've been talking about what could be impacting the price of fuel going forward in terms of market dynamics, economic growth and those things as well.
Fuel handling has to do with ground services, with ground operations, everything around the handling of an aircraft. The technicians are trying to make that fuel handling process as safe as possible. In principle, we are trying to improve efficiency and to learn from mistakes. A couple of examples. If you want to take fuel out of an aircraft, it's called defueling. That's causing a lot of issues, because who is then the owner of the fuel product, and which procedures do you apply to reuse that fuel? A very important thing is fuel cleanliness also. So we are talking about new technologies in aviation fuel filtration. Imagine that if you fuel your car, it is for 50 liters in 1 or 2 minutes. Fueling an aircraft goes with a speed of 3,000 liters per minute. So you talk about a lot of side effects, a lot of pressure, a lot of vapors, a lot of safety issues. So these kind of things are being discussed during the Fuel Forum in the technical sessions.
The second half of the week is the Alternative Fuel Symposium. So this is the sustainable fuel, so fuel that doesn't have the same emissions damage to the environment that a sustainable alternative can have. There's a number of really important topics. So CORSIA is very topical on everyone's mind. Obviously this is the carbon offsetting and reduction scheme for international aviation, and understanding how sustainable fuels fit into this piece. Then we've got a lot of discussion on how do we get to scale. Because at the moment this industry is still quite small, but we know to achieve our long-term goals we have to get great quantities of this fuel. So we need to get to scale, we need to get there fast, so we'll be talking a lot about that. Talking of scale, we're actually growing significantly with our delegates as well. We've gone from I think just 70 delegates 3 years ago to more than 200 this time in Singapore, so tremendous growth there.